Hello, 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 and welcome to The Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea purr. And I'm just drinking on some water right now because hydration is important, and it is important. But the most important thing that I have is my cup mug. And you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically here in the United States and Canada and Mexico. So there are no excuses unless your postal service is moving a little bit slow. And then it's some excuses. But a delay is never a deny. It'll come. It might take a little while to get there, but it will come. So get your cup merch, period.
Period. And I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, I am exhausted from these damn episodes we are going to talk about here on this occasion here today. So I'm drinking some caffeinated raspberry lemonade, very pink. If you know what recording I just did before this, it was very pink. Ooh. Period. I see you. But yes, pink straw, pink all of it. Because cute and lovely and wonderful.
Word. And who are you?
Hi, my name is B, but don't call me honey. I'm from New York City, and I am a big fan of reality TV. I work in reality TV, so I have kind of a different eye when it comes to these things. I do casting, but I'm so excited to be on here and spill the tea on all things Love Island All Stars. I've been watching it. I've been keeping up with it. I have some thoughts, but definitely excited for the opportunity.
Absolutely. We're so glad to have you, B. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We're going to jump right into it, but you all know what to do. Y'all know the first thing to do is to subscribe to this channel. We need your subscription. I am on a mission for the Cup TV to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I need you to subscribe. It takes a half a second to do that. So just go do it right now. Just go do it. Go ahead. Thank you. Appreciate you. We also have 3 other channels that you can subscribe to. All those links will be in the description below. So please click those links and subscribe to all of our channels as well. And our audio podcast channel is in the description below. So click that link if you need to listen to us on the go. And our Patreon is heating up. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe for the Patreon for all 4 channels. So you definitely want to join our Patreon and see all the craziness that we have in store for you. It's going to be wild. You are going to want to see it. So join our Patreon as well. And then, of course, follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, all those things. Wherever the people are, that's where we will be. So follow us on all of our socials as well. Now, y'all, it's time. Let's get into it because, baby, we're doing 3 episodes today, y'all. We're giving y'all a treat because usually we do 2 episodes per recording, but we felt like this one better do 3 where it left off. And oh my God, okay. So I'm going to do what I always do because I have more people here. This is so weird and I love it. But I'm still going to push us aside. I'm going to push us to the side because we do have to bring in our visuals so people can see what we're talking about and know what's going on. But where we left off, these were the couples that were together when we left off talking about episode 14. So we left off with these couples. It was Ekin-Su and Curtis.
Not for long.
Could you not? Why do you always do this to me? Why? You know how I like the flow. You do this to me every week, Logan. Oh my God. You can't keep I understand. No, I totally get it. So I can't even get mad because I wanted to say it too. Elma and Ronnie. Gabby and Casey, love them. Tina and Scott, okay. Grace and Luca, Harriet and Ron, and then we had a single who was Catherine. She was our single for this week. But okay, we saw where we left off that we were going to get a couple of new bombshells who was going to enter the villa. And they didn't just enter the villa like every other bombshell. Like every other bombshell would just come through the door. Hey y'all, we here. Woo woo. No. These was like, we're gonna send a text and we're gonna have a sleepover in the hideaway. And I was like, oh. Oh.
Come on, Hideaway.
Come through, Hideaway, for
Okay. And I want to know, B, what do you think about this Hideaway in comparison to the Love Island USA one? Because we were a little split on it. Which one do you prefer?
I think the USA Hideaway was cuter.
Okay.
That's what I said.
I mean, this one is nice. I don't know. Maybe because the USA like was used more. Maybe I'm just more used to it.
Maybe.
Fair.
Maybe.
More action, you know what I'm saying? But
For sure.
Fair.
That makes sense.
yeah.
I like the Hideaway in the US because I was like, they had the hot tub outside, it was the beach, and it was like the little garden, and then it was all this space in between. I liked
like in
it.
and out. Exactly.
Yeah, Logan liked the intimacy of the UK's and the purple.
The intimacy and the color palette really responded to me a little bit more than the USA one is good, but not. Yeah.
But then I feel like also in this one they have that other room. What's that other room?
The secret garden.
Yes. So then I'm like,
love the secret garden.
Love.
Exactly.
Love the secret garden.
I love the secret garden. I wish people would use it more, but I think they all scared. They all got scared because of Ronnie and how he abused
Well, yeah,
it
no,
and used
Ronnie.
it.
Well, it's basically Ronnie's secret
It's Ronnie's
garden at this
room.
point.
Literally.
It's literally Ronnie's room at this point. But anyway, so the two bombshells sent a message into the villa that they were going to have a sleepover with two of the guests, and they chose Curtis and Elma. And I was like, ooh. I was happy for Elma. Happy for Elma.
Thrilled for Elma.
Love that she got to go to the Hideaway with this new bombshell. And then when they said Curtis, I was like, ooh.
I was here for it.
I was here. I lived. I lived.
I was here for it.
I lived because I was like, yeah, they moving so fast. And like how we closed off in 2 weeks. I don't even understand that. How we closed off in if it even is 2 weeks, like how we closed off so soon.
Yeah.
It was wild.
I mean, if I was a bombshell coming in, like seeing like the guys that are in the house, to be honest, from week one, like Curtis is who I would go for. That's what I feel like this season, the guys like there's more to be desired. Yeah, like there's more to be desired. Like if Curtis is the hot guy in the villa, it's like, come on now.
Right, because
Curtis not too much on Curtis.
No,
not too much on Curtis.
I just don't know. Like, I just feel like because obviously I watched his first season, then he was on Games, and then like I'm kind of tired of seeing Curtis. I guess is really what he's just been everywhere, and I'm just kind of like, okay, like he is the best guy in the villa. I do think so. He's sure, like he treats everybody with kindness and as a friend and as a good partner as well. But it's like also like, I don't know, like these guys are not carrying for me.
They're not giving what I wanted them to give. Like,
and then the girls are giving too much for me.
The girls are giving way too much.
But like the drama has been good, and overall it's a really fun season because at least there's this element of unpredictability. But the problem is, and we'll talk about it this episode because there's one person in particular that I've been really, really liking that really got on my nerves in these episodes. Gabby. But it's like the girls are almost giving too much because the guys are not giving anything.
Luca is giving.
Sure.
But he's not cute to me. I don't know. Okay, this is going to be really mean, but it's something about his head shape for me. Because a little bit like Predator, like not Predator, like Alien, like Xenomorph. Like, long in the back. Like, you know, you're cute here, but then when you turn to the side, I'm like, ooh.
Right.
So, it's just kind of, that's the only thing about Luca. But Luca, you're the best guy. You're one of the best guys in the villa too.
I like Luca. I think I think Curtis is probably the hot guy of the season, which is interesting. I will say, at first it was Marcel for me because I adored Marcel. And I was like, if there's Marcel and Curtis is in there still, I'm like, those are the two I'll be gravitating towards. But then they took out Marcel, and I'm like, well, I guess it's Curtis because everybody else is just, okay.
And his hips that don't lie.
Period. Right. Oh my gosh. We'll talk about that too during the Jason Derulo. Oh God.
We'll talk about it. For what reason?
For what reason? But we will. So let's talk about these bombshells. First is Sammy, and I'm like, again, not giving, but sure. Cute for Elma, not for me.
Not for me.
I was just happy that there was someone for Elma to put all of her energy in, so we didn't have to get another rehashing of the entire Ronnie and Elma situation. And for that, Sammy, thank you dearly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. And then
for nothing else.
That's pretty much it. But then we have Danielle, and she came in with the mission, and she came in for herself, which I appreciate and understand. She is a bombshell. That's what she is here to do. Me personally don't see the hype about Danielle, but obviously she's a nice girl. She's a lovely woman, and she seems very sweet and very kind and very understanding to the process that is happening. So I appreciate her. I'm like, okay, Danielle, cool. So she picks Curtis, and of course, her picking Curtis just sends shockwaves through the villa because Ekin-Su is no longer happy. She's pissed. She's mad at Curtis for getting picked to go in the hideaway. And Curtis is like, I'm confused. I don't know why she picked me. I'm confused about that. And for some reason, Curtis saying he's confused pisses her off even more because she doesn't get the reassurance that she feels she needs from him because he just tells her, I'm confused. I don't know, but it's fine. We're going to be fine. I'm confused. That's all he kept saying. I was like, Curtis, I just need you to say one thing to calm her down. We're good. I'm confused why she picked me, but we're good. Like, that's all he needs to say.
He didn't need to say anything else. I think like she is getting gassed up by other people, which, you know what, they're right to do that to her because that's how she is with everybody. She's in everybody's business trying to rile it up and ruffle feathers and stuff like that too. So I wasn't even mad at Elma coming back and being like, oh yeah, they were holding hands. Like I was like, you know what, good for you because you in everybody's business constantly. So stay pressed for a little bit. That's what you've been doing. Like that's what you do. And you thought it was gonna be sweet. And then Curtis, like, he didn't say anything. He said he felt good. He was respectful.
He was very, very.
And so, and then it's like, he's coming and he's telling you, I didn't do anything, but that's not good enough for you. It's like, what else?
What else did you want?
That's a red flag for me.
Period. I said that. I was watching. I was like, oh, I'm seeing red flags all over the place. And it's time to run. If you're mad at me for something that I didn't do, I didn't choose this. I was selected to go. I couldn't say no. So I went and I enjoyed myself because what am I supposed to do? Sit there and mope all night? That's crazy. That's stupid.
They coming in like, or something like that, or be rude, or like what she wanted him to do, be nasty to her.
Right. Like the welcome, he needed to feel welcoming because she felt welcome when she came in as a bombshell. So you didn't remember you were a bombshell too. And everybody made you feel welcome. So it's his job to make Danielle feel welcome because she selected him. And I'm like, why are you mad? And they had a really nice time. They talked, had a lot. It was easy for him to talk to Danielle. It was no games, no foolishness. This is right off of the whole kissing challenge fiasco that happened between Ekin and Curtis, which again, I was like, Ekin girl, you tripping. You are tripping right now. You're losing it. I mean, because here's the thing. Curtis was not saying anything that didn't happen. He was just making jokes and being funny, like, oh, I didn't kiss this girl. Don't know who this is, but it was pretty decent. Oh, I didn't kiss this girl. And I'm like, he's being funny. Okay, I'm not going to be mad at him being funny.
She wanted to win.
He wanted to win. And then when
she did,
when she came in like, oh, I want to win and I want to be petty. So I'm going to rub all on their chest and all on their abs. And I'm going to get into it. And Curtis was like, that was a little bit much for me. Like, kiss him all day long. You can kiss as passionate as you want. It's the touching for me. And she was like, well, I did it because you was doing all that. And I was like, yeah, oh, come on. I expected so much more from Ekin-Su. I really did. I don't know why, but I did. I don't know why, but I did. It was frustrating.
Irritating this season, I've got to tell you, like, down.
Yeah. So we do see Sammy and Elma having their nice, apparently they had some history outside of the villa. They met each other. They knew each other. They had some histories and he always wanted to talk to her. And she apparently always wanted to talk to him. So it was just a good opportunity for them to get together. And I was like, that's cute. That's cute. I like it. I like it for them. Cute. And, you know, I really wasn't focusing on them. I'll be honest. I wasn't focusing on Sammy and Elma because I knew they go get together. That's cool. They like each other. Great. Danielle, Curtis, what is happening over here in this little tiny bed that they ended up sleeping in because Elma and Sammy got the big bed. And so Danielle and Curtis got this tiny, tiny bed. And it was just nice. It was just nice. They were talking about all the things that they want to talk about. He liked her rings. So he was like, let me check out your rings. He's looking at her rings.
God forbid.
God forbid a man like a ring and want to look at it up close. Like, wow. Whoa.
God forbid he do it in front of Elma too.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, she's another one. We gotta get into like when it gets back to the villa because ain't nothing happened. Nothing even happened in that hideaway.
Nothing.
Talking about like this. To be honest.
Exactly.
They were both nice. They were happy to see each other. They were respectful. No lines across.
They get back to the villa and all hell breaks loose because Elma says to Ekin-Su, I mean, I don't know what happened, what the angle that I saw. I just saw him like holding her wrists like this, and I don't know. And Ekin-Su freaked. She like he didn't tell me that. He said nothing happened. Why would he tell me about holding her hand? And I'm like, because he did. He was looking at a ring. I didn't think he thought that was something that he should have to tell you. That he liked her ring and wanted to look at it.
I mean, are we 12? Oh my God, you held a girl's hand. Yeah. He walked into the villa like, yes, like holding her hand, parading her around the villa. Like, who cares if he touched her hand? So what were you rubbing up on and touching and doing?
Hello.
But that was in a challenge, so it's different.
Oh, that's cool. Holding hands in the hideaway basically means penetration. That's
right.
100%.
We're having full-blown sex right now. You touched my hand.
Like, you cheated.
You cheated on me.
It's like you dove through all 7 rings of hell in one go. Just like, for what reason?
You're cheating ass cheater.
Cheater, liar, and a cheater.
You are not in a relationship. You have barely closed off. It has been 2 weeks. Curtis, run.
Like, it's so bad. And Curtis is like, what? Wait. And she's mad, like legit mad. And like, I'm not here to play games with you, Curtis. I don't like playing games. I'm like, then why are you playing games right now? If you don't want to play games, why are you playing games?
Like, all of them are playing games. It's so annoying. Almost all of them, I should say.
It's so wild to me. And I'm like, so you're mad at Curtis. You're not mad at Danielle, which you shouldn't be good. You shouldn't be mad at nobody. But you're not mad at Danielle. You're mad at Curtis because Curtis touched her hand, and he didn't tell you he touched her hand, and he went to the hideaway without reassuring you enough. What happened to, I'm very secure in our relationship. I'm so secure in our relationship. You were so secure in it before until somebody else pulled him. But now that somebody else is taking the attention off you, now it's, well, he's supposed to be with me, and how could he not tell me about holding her hand? And I don't like these games. I was so confused. And what pissed me off more? These girls are not her friends. I'm gonna say it. I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there in the airways. These girls are not her friends, because these girls are not being honest with her. Because if I was doing this and spiraling out of control for no reason, I need my girls to be like, check yourself, girl.
She's not a friend. She's the one that she be doing that to them. She's been.
That's what I'm saying. They're not friends
all season. So it's like, yeah, like now, because she thinks who she is. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that thinks like, oh, my, I feel like, I was on Traders. Like, oh, like I'm doing my big one outside of my season.
Oh Lord, not I can sue.
Yes, and then you come into the thing, and you're like, so for somebody to come for your couple, you're just like, what? Like, how dare you? Like, do you know who? Like, it gives very like, do you know
who I am?
Like, and that's and you could see that by how she behaves in the villa, the comfortability of, I'm just gonna say whatever I want to say and start things up in other people's relationship, but like, don't touch on mine. You know what I mean? Like, she's winding up Harriet when it comes to Ronnie. She was doing the same thing with Elma. She was doing the same thing like when Catherine was trying to figure out her thing with Nat. You always the one, and then you go into Ronnie too, and she's doing it on both sides.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, like, okay, Elma was probably like, you know what? Like, there was a couple times that you made me feel some type of way with the Kaz and Ronnie thing. Like, so now it's your turn to feel some type of way. So
yeah. I at least appreciate here. I will say I appreciate Catherine coming in this moment. Later on, we'll talk about Catherine later on. But in this moment, I appreciate Catherine at least being like, well, okay, like kind of playing devil's advocate for Curtis in this situation. I really did appreciate that. And then on the flip side, Gabby, why the hell are you going now? Now! You haven't said any of this to Ekin-Su prior, but now you're going to say, well, I don't think he's ever been, true with his intentions with you. I'm like, girl, you are barely in a stable couple, Gabby. You don't need to be putting yourself in anybody else's business right now.
Right. You need to focus on you and Casey. Like, you need to focus on you and Casey at this point.
Exactly.
Because, like, how are y'all going to sit there and tell this girl, he has not been true to you this entire time because of this one thing? How does the math ain't even mathing on that. He picked you, or you picked him. You stole him from Cass. Let's remember. And karma is a thing. How you get somebody is how you lose somebody. Ooh, that's what my mom used to always tell me. So you stole him from Cass, and so you stealing him from Cass. Then how are you now mad that somebody just stole him from you? Like,
the thing that is like getting to me is this okay? So this is Love Island, right? So like it is. But people have been here before. We've seen you do
all
this,
stars.
Right? So like, yes, there is the game element to it, but I don't like this like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, you have to keep your options open. That was something that frustrated me in USA too. Because it was like, if you like somebody and you really in there looking for love,
right?
You don't have to have a test in your relationship. You don't have to entertain other people.
Right.
Why what's going on with Harriet and Ronnie is really irking me too.
Oh,
so, like, I don't like this whole like, oh, I have to test. I haven't, like, if you know, then stay 10 toes and go all in on that. You don't have to be talking to other people. Like, it's not like on US that used to
me too.
That used to irk me, especially the girls though, the most, because they would be like, oh, well, I want to keep my options open. And then, Casa Amor happens and they come back with all these new girls and they're like, what? Like, how dare you come back with somebody, like we were open, like whatever. Anyway, that was a different season, but that is annoying. Like if you're looking for love and y'all all are there
for love,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you find somebody and you feel stuff, lock in on that.
Lock it in.
On that, be real. And that's something that in the older seasons we saw more. And I feel like in this new seasons, it's like, oh yeah, we gotta keep our options up. It's like, come on, like it's just irritating me, honestly.
Right. I feel like keeping your options open is cool if you still ain't got that stronger connection with somebody. But once you have that connection and you feel like, I feel something, I feel a type of way about this person, I really only want to talk to this, lock it in. Lock it in.
Then I'm not invested. I'm not rooting for none of y'all because it all gives fake. You know what I mean? Like it gives fake.
Well, we all about like, I have to keep my options open every single week. People, it bothers me when we get towards the end of a season and people are like, I still have my options open. You should know by now, baby. You should know if you locked in on this one person or if you just don't have a connection with this person. And if you don't, be real and say you don't. Don't string them along because now it looks, like you said, now it looks fake. Now the audience is not invested. And we kind of be like, I really want one of y'all to go. Don't care.
Don't care. You on the outside, don't care whatever happens.
Right. Don't really care. So Ekis is still flipping out. We talked enough about them. We'll come back to them. I want to get to this Harriet and Ronnie situation because
we have to.
Yeah, we kind of have to. We kind of have to because I have thoughts because I feel the same way. I'm like, Harriet, you came in and you want to say you want to explore and you want to have your options open. You're keeping your options open. You're looking around. But are you really?
No.
You don't.
And you get mad at Ron for saying, I'm not really, fancying her too much right now. Day one, after we just got together in a couple, and you like, well, now we don't need to talk at all. And I'm like, but I thought you were here to explore your options. What are we doing?
I don't even think that what Ron said was These guys have been jerks
on him.
To be honest,
they've been jerks to Ron.
He has not done anything like too crazy to me. Like, okay, like Ronnie just basically said he loves her. He's going for her. He's so happy she's here and all of this stuff. And I feel like in that moment, Ron was just like, well, I'm letting you know, bro, like,
it's on you.
Like, I'm here. I'm not going to step in the way of that. Like, I hope that y'all get together. Like, okay, he said he didn't fancy her like that, but that's fine. You know what I mean? That's the truth. And he didn't want to get in the way of that. Then, like, why would he put something in to somebody that's just going to go back to Ronnie regardless? Or if they're end game or whatever, like, why?
They've been jerks to Ron since he got there. Even when he said what he said to Elma, and I'm like, what did he say wrong? Because all of us was thinking the same thing. Like, you flipping out about Ronnie so fast, day one, and you mad, and you calling him all, y'all fighting week one, and you feel like you wifed up when Kaz went and was doing what everybody's supposed to be doing, feeling connections, and you, like, I was like, you doing too much. I was like, Elma, you feeling wifed up week one? That's crazy. And when he tells her this, she gets mad and everybody's mad. Like, you shouldn't say that to her.
I'm gagged that she got favorite girl.
We said that too. We still gagged. But I feel like it was because of the whole Ronnie situation. The public felt bad because of the whole Ronnie situation and how he mugged her off.
Yes.
And all this stuff. And they're like, oh, we feel bad. Elma's our favorite. And I was like, is she?
You can't.
I don't.
Loving those pity party girls.
I was like, Catherine's sitting right there, and we saying Elma is what?
Oh well, we know they're racist, so they weren't going to vote for Catherine.
But she was safe, so she was safe. So
period. I was like, I fully went into it, and I was like, all right, Catherine's going to be bottom.
That's
two.
what I said.
Cool. Yeah.
I was fully
like, okay,
the person that Catherine is getting picked to go
at
home.
least that wasn't the case.
Thank God.
I was with Tina J Bottom though. She's boring. Sorry, Tina.
Yeah, Tina's a little boring, but I felt like the choice that they made sense. But yeah, well, but yeah. So Harriet and Ronnie, this whole dynamic is so annoying, and Like, I wanted to end in the best way possible. Like, they just plucked them from the island and just shipped them off together. Just let them go, because it's obviously he wants her, she wants him, but she don't want to say she want him.
Can we just bulk eliminate Scott, Tina, Harriet, and Ronnie, please?
Yeah. Bye, guys.
I'm good. Like, y'all could do your thing. And then Scott just pissed me off throughout all of these episodes too. And I don't dislike Tina. I'll say that much. But the way Scott is just, he had his one moment. I really thought when they came back from the triple elimination and they brought Tina back, I was like, okay, cool. This is going to be the moment. Scott's going to lock in. Scott's going to put some effort in on Tina, and it's going to be good and great and lovely and wonderful. And then we get this episode where he's like, I just don't know. I just don't know. What other prospects do you have in this villa, dude? Like,
he's not in it for the right reasons. And good on Luca for calling him out. And I don't even care how. I mean, okay, yeah, how he said it was kind of messed up for us.
His verbiage, he could have said it better, but I agree with you.
But it needed to be said, and Scott wasn't saying it, and he wasn't. And even when he said it after the fact, he wasn't being truthful. Like, I feel like he's one of those dudes that's like, he wants every girl to be obsessed with him, but he's not trying to give them that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even the way he was talking to her, like, I feel like you're way more into this than I am. Like, and I just don't want to meet you where you're at. Like, how do you know? You haven't even asked her. Like, the conversation should open with, like, how are you feeling about this? Like, that's the question. Not like assuming that she's like in love with you, because I don't see it. You're not really all that, to be honest. Like,
no.
She just was like, I'm right where I am. I'm not falling in love with you. Never said I am. I'm just a touchy-feely person. That's all. I just want to be cuddled. I just want to have, touching, and that's my love language.
And
that's
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. And so she's not saying I'm in love with you and I want to marry you tomorrow. She ain't even saying close to the love. She's just like, I like you. I want to get to know you. And I just, and in the meantime, let's kiss and cuddle a little bit. And, little something happen. It happened because we young and we free and we can do what we want to do.
And to Logan's point, like, what other options do you have?
None.
Exactly.
None.
Like, if this show has taught me nothing else, it's that straight people are the absolute worst communicators in relationships that I've ever seen. I thought gays were bad, but no, the straights
No, it's not even gay, straight. It's human beings. People are just bad at communicating. Everybody's just so bad at communicating sometimes. And they get on these shows and it just elevates how bad we are at talking to each other and being honest about our own feelings. It's like, if you don't like something or somebody, just say that. It's okay to not like it.
And the girls do it in a way where it's like, they don't say how they're feeling actually. Mm-mm. And the guys do it in a way where it's like, they assume girls can't handle if they're honest with them.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, they're both not like meeting each other, like, you're not being true, and like, if you're really in it for the right reasons and you really over here saying you want to find love and all this stuff, it's like, then you got to be straight up, like, you are.
Absolutely. But Ronnie is declaring his love all around the villa for Harriet. Just,
yes,
I love you, I love her, I'm in love with her, blah blah blah. Harriet is like, I have love for him, but after how he treated me, I'm not in love with him. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of fair to say that, like, my feelings, you did hurt me. So I'm pulling back a little bit. But in all of that, I still think, she still loves him.
I don't believe it. Exactly.
I don't believe it. It's not believable.
Who are you trying to kid?
Right.
All it took was a fruit platter with her, with an H on it. For her to be like, oh my God, I'm in love, girl.
Babe, babes. Like, okay.
Did you do this all on your own? Yes, that's the question we're all asking, because we were all genuinely surprised that Ronnie was able to make an H out of fruit. We all thought the same thing.
Weird. Oh, she's so weird.
But and then letting the girls gas her up.
Yes.
Should be handling the situation. and how she should respect herself because he did her so dirty on his season or whatever. But it's like, I think what he said when he was talking to her is the
smartest thing he could ever say. Yep.
Like, where were we right now? Our feelings have changed. Moving forward, this is how I feel about you. I believe him when he says these things.
I do too.
Because he's not somebody who just says things like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we're not talking about, yeah, let's do that. But like, I believe Ronnie when he says these things. Like, you know.
I do too. Like, it's, I don't like him still. I'll be honest and genuine. I don't care for him. But the way he's been acting towards Harriet since she got back, like, I do see, okay, I see it now. I understand. No, you're in it for Harriet. I see it. Cool. You do your thing. I'm ready for them to get shipped off together and for them to do their own thing, for him to probably cheat on her again. Let's be real and honest. But I'm ready for them to just be out of the villa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I need for them to just be them. And I do believe Ronnie, I do believe he is definitely in love with her. His feelings for her is different from in the villa. And she needs to let go of the past of the last villa and just like I said, focus on the now and how he's treated her now. If he treats her like this the rest of the way through, good on them. Yep. Now if some other bombshell comes in and he start acting crazy, girl, run. You already see the writing on the wall. So be like, nope, that was your chance. You screwed it up. Now I'm out. And just be done with it. But they are so like, he gets so childish and petty for the smallest things that I'm like, even still, I'm like, okay.
I don't like either of them.
I don't like either one of them because I feel like he's petty, she's petty. They're perfect for each other. They just be petty together.
Too. Like they always arguing over little things. Like not every conversation you have should be a argument or a one-up or something like this. Like it's like you want to have the drop on each other or something. Like,
but then
I don't like.
I don't like the thing. Y'all go to bed and then y'all sit different beds holding hands in the middle of the night. I'm just like,
for what reason?
For what? Just go.
Corny.
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out on the outside. I think you're right with that. And Ronnie is not cute. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
Not that. His last season or this season, because he got no chat either. All his chat is like sexual.
Me and Logan said on the last recording that he's just so. Logan says he's creepy. I agree, the creepiness, and that thing that bothers me every time he does that with his tongue, and we hear that in the mic, and it's like
that's every kiss.
Everything. I'm just like, I can't do it. It grosses me out. Every time Ronnie starts talking, I'm like, oh, let's see. But we should move on to the Casey and Gabby because Casey and Gabby, they really didn't have a whole lot. These episodes. It's very quiet. I like them. I do like them, which I'm very surprised. I was not sure that they were going to be that couple for me, but I do like them the best. Which I'm like, oh.
I need Gabby to focus on her own shit, but yes,
that's what I do. That is true. But see, Gabby is giving what everybody else is giving. Gabby is turning into the Ekansu while Ekansu is going through her spiral phase. So she's running around like, what is it? And here's my thing. Please, if you're going to go on Love Island ever, this is my PSA to you. If you see somebody going through something with their couple and you want to be a good friend, don't keep going up and asking them, how you doing? How you feeling? You okay? Are you okay? No, they're not okay. No, she's not okay. She just had a fight with her boyfriend, her man. No, he's not okay. He just had a fight with her girl. And then it's everybody coming in. One after the other. You okay? Are you okay? Girl, you okay? Are you okay? Like, no. I'm pissed. Leave me alone. Give me time to process. And then that was just my own personal thing. I'm sorry.
No, I live for it and I agree.
I digress.
I think my favorite couple, I'm still gonna say Ekansu and Curtis are my favorite. But I think that Gabby and Casey are a good match for each other. I think they're a good match. I feel like it doesn't feel forced. It does feel like they like each other, and like even Gabby, like when she feels insecure in moments, because like she did, I think she came in right. She felt like, oh my God, Grace is like so gorgeous, like he's definitely for her. I think she handled it well. I don't think she handled it in like a pick me spirally kind of way. And I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
She communicated that like with her man, like, oh, like, I was feeling a little bit like, Grace is really beautiful, but she wasn't like, oh my God, if he like dumps me, like I'll just die, and like having all
right.
or a pity party and like, you know what I'm saying? So she's like grown about it, which I really liked that, to see that from Gabby. So, but I think the fact that they talked on the outside or like DMs or whatever, like seeing that chemistry in the villa, like it gives like, okay, like y'all really like each other, at least, until Casa More happens, and Casey's probably going to be.
Right.
But we'll see.
we'll see.
I
don't know, but they were fine. They really nothing. I'm trying to think of anything that really happened.
They did
do it. They went to the hideaway, and look, that's what brought them closer, and that's what I think. Like we said, that's what they needed, because Gabby is somebody who needs that intimate moment to connect with somebody, and I love that for her, and she did that, and it was like, now I'm sure.
Before I get all these feelings, let me test drive the whip.
Period.
What is good?
Period. Because I'm not gonna go through my life not knowing. Just it's like, it is what it is. I love that for her, and they seem better. But okay. So we go move it along a little bit, because after the whole Ekansu drama with Danielle and Curtis talking to Danielle a little bit more, and she's still getting mad because Curtis is having conversations. She's going off on him. She told him F him. She don't want to talk to him no more. She's sick of him. She's mad at him. She don't want to deal with him no more. And then all of a sudden, at the fire pit where they were just arguing, Curtis mentions his mom. And Ekansu just was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. And just kisses him. And the villa starts cheering.
Like, I felt so bad for Danielle.
When was that?
Oh yeah. That
was like mid episode 16. It's like mid then. And then like the next major thing that happens is the bombshell stealing, like the next day. But it's that night, I think.
It's that night after they come back from the hideaway, and they all have their part. They get ready for the night, and they're mixing and mingling. And
damn, I'm behind. Hold on. It's okay. Catch me up.
Because Ekansu and Curtis because Ekansu is still mad. She's spiraling. Curtis ends up having a conversation with Danielle again, and Ekansu is fuming that he's still talking to her, and she's like,
"Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah, I remember that."
He's like, why didn't you call? Why didn't you tell?
Oh,
Lord, not this. But yeah, no, it's like, they were having their whole thing. Ekin's upset. They're going at it. It's at the fire pit, and like everyone, like no one else is around, and so they're at the fire pit. They're arguing, bickering back and forth, and then Curtis brings up
who was winning. Who was winning the argument?
Curtis?
Yeah.
I would say Curtis, just because I still honestly believe in my heart of hearts, I don't think Curtis did anything wrong.
No, it didn't. And also reassured her several times.
I think he could have reassured her maybe a little bit more. I do agree with Ekin in that. I think the way he went about it, he was confused in the initial. I agree with that for sure. I think there's some things he could have done a little bit better, but overall, I don't think he did anything bad. But
he got scared by the reaction because he was like, whoa.
And honestly, who wouldn't? Let's be real and honest. Who wouldn't be scared at that moment? But no, they're going at it, and all of a sudden they just have this moment. And I think it was Ekin was like, damn, I really wish I could call my parents right now. And Curtis was like, yeah, me too. I didn't have a great relationship with my mom for a while, but we recently reconnected. And it comes out of absolute nowhere, like pulled out of thin air. And this is why I think they're such a good couple, and why ultimately I think they should just recouple. And I hope Curtis recouples. We'll talk about it. But it's just because, like, he's like, yeah, I didn't have a great relationship with my mom. They have this like whole emotional moment, and she's just like, oh my God, that's so sweet. And they just start making out. And I felt so bad for Danielle here because I was like, oh, poor girl.
Danielle, whatever. I mean, we don't know her.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you just got here. Go talk to Scott or go talk to,
Ron or whoever.
Ron.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her because I was like, and because the whole villa started cheering. That was when I was like,
oh yeah, no. The guys are like, yeah.
Girls and cheer. I'm like, no,
it's like,
girl, don't do that.
It's like they just declared that they were boyfriend and girlfriend. Like that level of cheering is what we got out of this villa. And I'm like, okay, y'all are being toxic as hell. Let this girl breathe. What? No.
It was crazy. It was madness. And I was like, oh my God. But then, what did that? Oh, yeah, because the recoupling happens.
Like after that.
Literally after that. And it was like, she wanted Curtis to tell Danielle that they were like, they can talk, but they'll be friends. Like no romantic relationship is going to happen. But before he could do it, quote unquote, he'd say, before he could do it, it was time for the recoupling. Now, here's my thing. Curtis could have done it if he wanted to. He just didn't want to. Yeah. And I don't think Curtis is as closed off as Ekin-Su is as closed off. And do I feel like he should have made it obviously clear to whoever? Sure. Like, if he didn't want romantic feelings with Danielle, he should have told her that. Like, hey, no romantic feelings between me and you. We can be friends. We can talk. That's fine because I find you great to talk to. We have a lot in common. Good friends. We can have conversations, talk. But my romantic feelings is with Ekin-Su. Or he could have told Ekin-Su, hey, I know I said we closed off too early. I meant that. And I think we need to just kind of take a couple of steps back, slow it down a little bit, and let's be fine. But this is Love Island All-Stars. I could see if this was Love Island and all of these people were brand new people and they didn't know nothing about Love Island. This is Love Island All-Stars. Y'all all know what the deal is. Why are we coming in getting closed off week 2 anyway? Why are we doing that to ourselves anyway? Especially if you don't even know how you truly feel. And if you do close off and you realize, oh, maybe it's a little too fast, you should tell that person right away. Like, hey, girl, maybe.
I don't think he's scared that they closed off too fast.
He said that, though.
But that's what he's saying. I think he was scared at her reaction to the whole hideaway thing because she was acting weird, very weird after that. Like, and that's something for me, especially they've been so good up until that point. Yes. And it's like the first time somebody comes in and also he's peeping how she's moving through the villa too. Because she had, that's coming off the back of her gassing up Ronnie and stirring shit up with Ronnie. Then, okay, like the hideaway shit happens. Oh, sorry. I don't know if we can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay. So then the hideaway thing happens. And then it's like after. So he's peeped how she's moving. Mm-hmm. Then it's like when he came out, I think she came in hot. The way she came at him was hot. Like she should have come to him like, hey, like, especially how he's been with her. I heard that this happened. Like, what happened? Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like Catherine said, go talk to him and go see, because Curtis wouldn't do something like that. And he was like, oh, nothing happened. I don't even think that happened. Like, oh, I asked her about her rings, whatever. Like, and you should have left it there. But you steady like, well, but then this, you didn't assure me.
Mm-hmm. But Alma's saying this and Gabby's saying this. Okay, why are you listening to the women instead of the person you're coupled up with?
And Curtis is sitting right here telling him, like, I was very respectful. Nothing happened. Ask Danielle, whatever. Like, he's like, listen, like, no. Like, but she's kept on all day until 4.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like that scared him.
Yeah.
That scared him. And maybe he's like, ooh, okay, like I need to leave. Like, let's see how she really, like maybe he even wanted to just gauge how she's going to be when he's with somebody else or couple with somebody else. Maybe he's like, okay, she's gonna pick me. Let's see if Ekin-Su is still gonna be toxic off Rylan starting stuff for no reason, like, or if she could calm down, because then maybe I would feel more sure.
Right.
Yes.
And because the recoupling did, well, not the recouple, the new couples, the steals happen. Ooh. These steals do happen, and to no one's surprise, Sammy picks Alma.
Thank God.
Good on that. Good on that.
Somebody's got to.
Yeah, good on that.
We got to talk about her too, because she really has irritated me this season. But go ahead.
Yeah. And then Danielle picks Curtis.
That's scary, and I like that.
I knew. I was like, come through, Bombshell, and don't let nobody scare you. Not even Ekin Sue. Period.
Ekin who?
Ekin what? Don't know you. I'm taking your man. Taking your man, and I'm gonna do it. But then here is where I was like, yup, this man is not over this girl. Okay. Because even after Danielle picks him, they go off and talk, and they'd have their moment, and Ekin Sue was daggers, just giving them daggers. She mad. She and the girls are going off. What I will say, Curtis, good on you for going off on them girls, because I was like, let them have it for being all up in your business while they just sitting there yapping while I can hear you. You know I can hear you, right? And Curtis was like, why don't y'all mind your business? How about that?
Thank you.
How about that? Y'all
birds chirping over there.
Mind your business. I was like, period, Curtis. Tell them to mind their business, because baby, I don't know who y'all think I am, but I'm not that dude. I'm not that guy.
From his season, he wasn't having it either.
He is not that guy. Curtis is like, I'm not gonna let y'all just chirp in my ear talking about me while I'm sitting here and act like I'm not gonna respond to none of y'all talking about me.
Frankly, honestly, and genuinely, where was this effort, or where was this energy, and where was this effort when Ronnie was doing all of his shit with Elma? Like, where was this energy? No, none of y'all were giving him this energy, but because Curtis isn't your friend necessarily, because you know Ronnie more, or whatever the case may be, I don't know these people's history, and frankly, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like, where was this? If we're not having this energy consistently for every single person that's doing something, allegedly, like, Curtis has done a 100th of the bullshit that Ronnie did, of the shit that why, like, this energy is not matching. The math ain't mathing. What are we doing here?
We ain't matching.
Why are we treating this man like shit?
Because they know Ronnie wasn't having that. Ronnie would have told them all to go scratch, and they probably were like, Curtis, we never disrespect this. Like, we expect so much from him. Like, we expect more from him. He's the dad. But it's like, no, Curtis, no. As the dad, as a real grown person up
he's a grown ass man, and he was like, I'm not gonna let y'all talk to me like I'm a child, and I have the right to choose who I want to choose, or talk to who I want to talk to. Like, when they were in the room with the guys, and the guys was like, are you scared to talk to Danielle? I was like, or is Ekin Sue gonna let you talk to Danielle? He's like, ain't nobody tell me who to talk to around here. Can't nobody tell me who I can and cannot talk to. I'm gonna talk to whoever I want to talk to, and I don't care who like it. And I'm like, period. Like,
and these girls talking, I got real frustrated because, like, some of these girls are cute and whatever, but let me just be real. It's like, Gabby, you are barely holding on to a relationship. You just needed time in the hideaway in order to get your shit together. Elma, you've been in a couple now again for 5 seconds. Get your shit together. And I love Catherine dearly, but baby, you haven't been in a couple for 4 days.
Like,
yeah. Girl, you are the last person to be currently talking about this situation with Catherine.
And where was this energy towards Scott? Where was this energy towards Scott when he was doing what he said when he was back and forth with Tina? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my God. And he freaking messed up picking Tina over
India?
Period. Like, are you kidding me? Like, Tina over, do you like India? Like,
India. But like India. Okay.
Exactly. I'm sorry, because I wasn't watching other episodes, but I had to.
I know. No, have your moment, baby.
How dare you? And you had more chemistry, not even in the front. Like, even though India, she holds herself close to the chest because she's a bad bitch. You have more chemistry with India, to be honest, than you do with Tina, and that's no Tina shade, to be honest. Like,
it is what it's facts, but
you messed up there.
But like, okay, it was wild. But yeah, I was happy for Danielle Curtis, but then Curtis was running around and be like, I'm sleeping on the day beds tonight because I don't want no drama in the bedroom. I was like, Curtis, no, sleep in your bed, man. Like, screw Atkinson and her feelings right now. She ain't care about your feelings, but she was yelling across the villa, F you, I don't want to talk to you no more. You can go off. I don't like you no more. We're done. Like, so what was your consideration for your feelings? But okay.
He likes her. He
does like her, and that's the problem.
But he also wants to be respected, like, and she's disrespectful AF.
So, and she wasn't even sleeping in the room. Like, she was sleeping downstairs because that's where the singles go. They go downstairs. And Stephen Curtis should have slept in his bed with his couple since the singles was downstairs. But that's just me. But he slept on the day beds to respect everybody's feelings or whatever. And I'm thinking that'll be it. Like, everybody will go to bed. Everybody will calm down. We'll wake up in the morning feeling fresh and so new. And
of course not, Lana. Of course not.
I forgot what show I was watching because the second Curtis walks in the room and says good morning, I'm like, girl.
Over it.
Over
him like that. Keep treating him like that, because when he really do go over there, then you're gonna be
I can't believe it.
Like, you weren't serious about me. Like, do you want to be right or do you want to actually keep a man? Like,
hello. Because oh gosh, even when they go in and find out that it's a recoupling tonight and the boys are going to have to choose, and even with that, she's just like, I'm done. That all that happens, but I don't want to jump too far here because we do get a text in the morning.
And I fundamentally believe, to break up the awkwardness of the morning, they said that text early. They were like,
let's get this text.
We need everybody to not be focusing on this. I got a text. And thank the Lord above, someone picked Catherine for a date. Woo! Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. And Grace. And so that I was happy for her.
Sure.
Happy for her.
Grace is a bad.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
She did the damn thing here. We'll talk about it here shortly, but she did the damn thing here.
And I like how she carries herself as well.
Yes.
I say that too about Grace.
Because when they were in the changing rooms getting ready, Grace was like, I don't know. I'm feeling really happy with my couple with Luca. I don't know what to do. Here's where I was like, okay, Elma, I see you. She was like, I don't know what to do. I feel real good with Luca, and I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy to go on this date, but I'm in this really good spot with Luca. Elma was like, oh, that's fine. You could just be a wing woman for Catherine. And I was like, absolutely. Yeah. And do like be that girl's girl and be the wing woman for Catherine. Now, did she do it? No, she did not do it at all. Or we didn't see her do it. But she did go on the date. Let's look at this new bombshell who entered the villa, and it's Omar. Period. I will say he's good. He's good. He's cute. I'm not mad at it. He's cute.
He is now the boy I like the most in this villa. I'll say that.
Okay, I'll have to catch. I haven't seen this part, so I'll have to catch up and see what Omar's.
Omar's cute. Omar and Grace has a past. They have a history.
They were on the same.
They were on the same season.
Yeah, didn't they leave together?
No, they didn't. They were like talking, and then somebody else chose her, so they never really got anything. He picked Grace because he was like, I wondered if there was some unfinished business, if we had anything left, and she was kind of like, I don't think so. Okay. And it was very like she wasn't mean about it. She was like, I understand what you mean, and we didn't get a chance to explore anything, but I don't feel like there's unfinished business. It's nice to see you. She said, I didn't expect to see you, but it's nice to see you. But everything's good. She told him that she was very happy with Luca. She was like, I'm in a very good place with Luca. Luca's great. Everything's good. I'm like, okay, cool. Work. She wasn't leading him on. She wasn't being mean. She wasn't trying to be, like, she just was easily like letting him know, like, I think we're good. I think we're good. So don't waste your moments on me. If other women in the village you want to talk to, please do that because I'm in a good place. And so Omar has his first date with Grace. They do good. Then he has a second date with Catherine. And she's excited to see him because apparently they've been in each other's social circles, but never had a chance to meet me. They got a chance to talk more. They looked like they liked each other. They had good conversations. And it was a nice date. It was nothing spectacular, just a little brunch by the water. And they had their moment. And it was cute.
It was really cute. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Omar seemed like, I will be honest, it seemed like he was a little bit more in on Grace.
Yep, absolutely.
But the way that she kind of went about things with him, he was like, all right, okay, got it. Let me add a little bit more charisma to this little conversation I'm about to have with Catherine. Like, it really felt like, okay, now let me put the work in with Catherine. And as soon as she told him that she was single still, he was like, oh, all right then, I'm interested. And I appreciate that. A, because the connection is there. They have really good chemistry just right off the bat. Like, it's very clear that they're very, very good. I'm like, thank God someone has chemistry with Catherine. Thank the Lord above, because I have been waiting for someone to get in here and be good for Catherine. I think it can be Omar. I think it can be. We will see what happens with this recoupling and moving forward. But I like this date that they had. And I like as well that when they got back to the villa, he was very interested in talking to other people. Like, there were other conversations being had. I do appreciate that he's willing to play the field and figure out who's going to be best for him. Huh? I appreciate that at the very least.
Energy.
Very good bump. Because he pulled Ekansu. She was the first person he pulled once they got back to the villa. And Ekansu was like, I find that very, like, I like that you pulled me first, because a lot of guys coming here are very intimidated. They don't even want to talk to me. And he was like, wait. And he says, I mean, you do have an intimidating factor about you. It's something about you that's intimidating. She's like, what do you mean? Oh my God, what do you mean?
Ron said she was the bitchiest.
And then she was like,
and is.
And wait, and then turned around and was like, why would you pick me? And then proceeds to bitch him out. I'm like, case in point, you doing what you're doing right now. Duh. But he was like, yeah, something about you was a little intimidating, but I'm not scared. And so she was like, oh, okay. I kind of like that, She was like, oh, all right. And so they had a decent conversation too. I wouldn't have been surprised if he decided to jump ahead first and try Ekansu. But I think the drama with Curtis and Ekansu still looming kind of made people go like, okay, let me let them deal with that first before I try to do anything with the two of them, except Danielle. Danielle was like, no, I'm diving head first into this and see what happens. But so he talks to her, he talks to Catherine again. They have good conversations. It was really nice. Luca get the reassurance that he needs from Grace, that everything is good with them. I do too.
She locked it down. Grace, I'm giving you your flowers and your tens here in this moment, ma'am, because she came back in and she said, yeah, we had a really good chat. Things were good. He's a good-looking guy, but
we have history.
History. We're from the same season. However,
period.
I told him that right now I'm here for you, and it's going to take a lot to turn my head. And right now my focus is on you. And all Luca had to say was, okay.
Exactly, like that's what you do in that situation.
Period.
Talk to your friend, your young little friend over there who got more sense than you.
Hello. Literally, that's all they had to do. Because
imagine spiraling because of a
Somebody
date,
went on a date?
Love Island in a show where you got a date where you get picked for dates that is out of like I can't even imagine.
And you have to go on the date. Like there's no saying no to going on the date. Like they can't refuse the date.
I can't even imagine.
I have never seen anyone refuse a date. So
You can't. You gotta go.
Imagine. Nah, I'm good.
No, I don't want to go. That's good.
I'm good, thanks.
What? No, that's
unless it's someone that like from your past that you're like absolutely not. No, in no way, shape, or form am I doing.
But even
that.
then, you can't refuse. That's not the contract. You have to go. You have to go.
It goes back to what you were saying earlier, Lana. Like these people are not ingenues on this show. These people know the format.
They know
what they signed up for. They know what they signed the contract for. It's like, what are we doing here?
That's what drives me so nuts about this. I'm like, y'all know what's happening here.
The crash house, and especially you know how it's gonna look too. Because y'all came out, y'all read those tweets. I know y'all did.
You did. You know the people gonna be like, what is she doing crashing out over this nonsense? Like
exactly. So good on Luca and good on Grace. I like them.
I liked it. It was so good. It was so mature. Like that's literally what should have happened after that hideaway. Yeah. Like Luke, Curtis comes out and say, "Hey, this is what happened. We had good conversation. Everything is good, but we are good." And she really should have said, "Okay," and left it at that. It would have been so good. But nope, that's not what happened. But in the midst of all of this drama, Jason Derulo showed up for some reason and performed.
Oh, we forgot to talk about Jason Derulo.
Who really cares? Don't really care about Jason Derulo at all.
I cared because up until that point, before Omar came in, Jason Derulo was the one person that had shown Catherine the most interest in the villa. And for that, I said, thank you, Jason.
Ooh,
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Jason Derulo gave her his jacket.
Took it back.
Of course, he was like, "Yeah, somebody need to wear my jacket for me." And then he kissed her hand. He serenaded her. Like he was the only one showing Catherine some love, while everybody else was just dancing with their couple. It was great.
I wonder what's up with Catherine though, because even on her season, like her original season, it was hard for her too. I think she needs to care a little bit more.
I think she just needs to be knocked over the head with attention, and that's what's really going to make her be like, oh.
She's too aloof, though, and she's too like whatever. Like, I don't feel like you giving like romance either. Like, you giving very much like friendship island vibe.
I hope that, and the next thing that happens is the start of the recoupling. So I guess we could go there. Yeah. I am very happy, given this first couple that we have, that Omar does pick Catherine. I was thrilled. I was not expecting it. I'm going to be honest. I thought he was going to pick Grace. I really did.
I kind of knew he wasn't because I think she gracefully pushed him aside and let him know 100%. Now I thought he could have possibly picked Ekin-Su, but I'm like, they wouldn't let him go first if he was gonna pick Ekin-Su.
Exactly.
Like, that wouldn't happen.
And the whole caveat to it was Omar gets first pick because he just came into the villa, blah blah blah. Thrilled that I think he took Catherine too because I got a connection with her. B, this is not going to cause anyone drama, and everyone is going to be thrilled for both me and Catherine. I'm going to take that. Thank you very much.
And C, he also said in his speech, I'm picking this person, but they know I want to be very clear that I am still very open to talking to different people because I didn't have even 24 hours in this villa to talk to everybody. So I'm going to pick this couple. I like this person, but I'm still open. And I think Catherine was like, absolutely. Absolutely. So he picked Catherine.
I think Catherine is absolutely in the same boat where if more bombshells come in that she is interested in, they're both going to be open to the process. But I really like the two of them as a couple so far.
Yes, come on, Black love.
Period. Beautiful thing.
Thank God for that.
That's what I said. I was like, oh, Black love is beautiful. Love it.
Now, British public, this is a PSA, British public. Y'all, if they say a couple, y'all better come out and support them in every damn vote because I swear, if we get a public vote and they end up getting dumped because y'all didn't vote for them, racism. Racism.
Especially with Elma's ass in there. But go ahead, keep going.
Right.
Okay, who's next?
Grace and Luca stay together. Yay.
Luca is one of my favorite guys. I know I said he wasn't that cute and stuff like that because of the head thing, but I do want to say he is one of my favorite guys. He's very
respectful of women.
Respectful, but I also feel like he's very like genuine with his feelings and like, you know, like even in those early days when he wasn't finding anybody, he wasn't forcing it either.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Very like, I'm just not feeling it and I'm not gonna play a game.
Right.
So I like Luca. I think he stands on business.
He does.
And I love y'all together, and I think that y'all are really cute together as well.
I do too. I like them. And then we had Gabby and Casey stay together. Yay for them.
Casey's speech was so sweet.
It was so sweet. It was so
sweet. I was like,
this man is smitten. This man is smitten. He really likes Gabby. I think them having that time in the hideaway only heightened his feelings for her. And I think it made Gabby feel more comfortable with him. They are cute. They are cute. He really likes her. And I love that for her because why not?
I worry that he's a player just from the outside. I do worry about that. But I think that even Gabby knowing that and hearing all that shit, she didn't treat him any different. And I think he liked that. Like that was also a big step in the right direction.
She was willing to take him at face value. She was willing to take him at face value with where he's at right now, regardless of what had happened outside of the villa.
And that was her bestie telling her all that.
Yes.
And she still, she's a real one. I mess with her too. I like her.
And I
like Gabby.
And she's older, and I think she's just like, you know what, Casey, we go do this thing here. And every player finds that person that changes the game for them. So maybe Gabby is that woman that's going to change the game for Casey. And I love that for them.
And hey, I hope they stay in the villa throughout the whole time so we get to see Casey in more Speedos. I gotta say,
he's not bad looking. Actually, Casey's not bad looking, but he's just annoying.
No. Yeah, he's just a little annoying. He's a little too juvenile for me, a little too frat bro for me. That I'm like,
sad or something. But he's like.
Then Sammy and Elma.
Who cares?
There you go. Great.
I don't like Sammy. Don't like Elma. Okay.
Fair.
And then Harriet and Ronnie.
Go home.
Okay, but here's what I will say. Ronnie's speech was
nice. It was very nice.
His speech was very nice.
He was like, he really put all the cards on the table. He said,
Twitter.
Right. He was just like, listen, my feelings when you walked in the villa changed. The second I saw you, everything changed. Everything shifted. I'm willing to take away, remove the past, focus on now, focus on us. I want to show you who I want to be for you. I want to be that man that you wanted from me, and I want to give it to you. It was very sweet.
And the mutual nod of understanding as well between Ronnie and Elma. I was like, okay, I'm happy to see it. Because I think in that moment, finally, Elma realized, okay, no, I just needed to be part of the process. It wasn't ever about me. It was about him reconnecting with Harriet. I think she had that realization, and plus now she's in a couple. She don't really need to be worrying about him anymore. But there was this look between the two of them, and I was like, okay, cool. Nothing else needs to be said between the two of them. Please, for the love of God, I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm not manifesting it. But I am at least glad that they are both now on their separate trains, and we don't need to have these trains converging any further. And I appreciate
Harriet, you don't listen, if he's coming with that energy, you better receive it, because I don't think you got too many times to be playing with him.
Nope.
Or he gets back to his old ways.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And so then it's Curtis's turn. And Curtis stands up and he starts to give his speech. And he's like, these last few days have been kind of confusing and crazy and wild. And I have to make this decision from my heart. My head is telling me something. My heart is telling me something. And I'm going to go with my heart. And then they don't.
Cliffhanger!
They leave us
we got
hanging.
A full cliffhanger with 3 couples yet to be
3 couples left.
Oh, they dirty.
So we've got
Scott. We got Scott left. We got Curtis left, and we have Ron left.
And then we have Tina, Ekin-Su, and Danielle. So everyone will be coupled up. No one's getting dumped here, presumably. I fundamentally believe that Curtis is going to recouple with Ekin-Su.
I do too. I think he's going to pick Ekin-Su because all the other times was not his choice.
Yeah.
Danielle picked him for the hideaway. Danielle picked him to steal him away. Yeah. If he picks Danielle, that will be a clear sign to Ekin-Su that he is no longer into her. He's picking someone else. And that Ekin-Su will take it that way. Even if he's like, I still want to be open and try to, talk to you. Ekin-Su will take it that way. Like, she'll just go cut him off completely if he picks Danielle. I think he's going to pick Ekin-Su and rekindle that thing. And she's going to be like, you chose me, so it's okay.
Has he kissed Danielle?
He has not kissed Danielle.
What are they giving? Are they giving...
They're giving, we have a lot in common. They're giving.
He's not going to pick her.
Easy. They're giving easy. Yeah. Ekin-Su gives him intense and she drives him crazy, but I think he likes this. And I said that.
I mean, he was with Laura.
Laura from her season.
He was with Lisa from Game.
Yeah,
exactly. He likes intense women. Curtis likes intense.
Not even.
Women.
I'm gonna go one step further. He likes crazy women. He likes no shade to these women. I don't know, but like,
he likes the drama. He do like drama though.
He likes the drama, even though he says he doesn't and he's over it. He likes the drama.
Well, and here's the other thing to keep in mind, because I'm pretty sure Scott and Tina are going to recouple, just simply based on the fact that they are the ones with the connection. Neither of them have a connection to either of the other people involved. But the other thing is Danielle does have a connection with Ron. So even if Curtis still wants to, stay open, still wants to get to know Danielle, at least Danielle's going to be in a couple where also she's getting something out of it, because her and Ron do have a connection. And I think Curtis is kind enough and thoughtful enough to make that happen, even if, because I agree with you, Lana, if he picks Danielle, Ekin is done.
She's done.
I think Ekin walks, honestly.
Oh, she would.
Curtis do like stunts. No, he do be pulling stunt. He is he's very sweet and stuff, but he likes to stunt though.
Yeah, I think he is 90% picking Ekin-Su, and it's that 10% in his brain that's like,
for the show,
for the TV of it all, I could pick Danielle.
I also think he's had enough good TV moments. I think he recognizes he's had enough good TV moments. I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna do it.
He's been a villain, before, so maybe he's like, okay, let me have like my hero arc, my grown good guy arc.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do it, and it's fine if he doesn't. I think him and Ekin is going to be I think they are the couple that leaves the show, the couple that everybody wants to talk about.
I don't think they're gonna win.
They're not gonna last. I don't know.
I don't think they're gonna win.
Who do you think? Okay, do we have any winners right now?
I do. I think so.
Who?
Casey and Gabby.
Gabby, okay.
100%.
Yeah.
I absolutely think they've been on enough of a narrative arc. I think Gabby, especially coming in and initially being coupled up with Marcel, I think people are going to remember, like, she has been on her own journey here. I really think they are the couple now, and it's them, and honestly, Luca and Grace are the two strongest couples right now in the villa. I think those are the two couples right now that are primed to go to the end. I don't know, and I would have said Ekin and Curtis prior to the last couple of episodes. Prior to Danielle coming in, I would have said that's probably the final three that we're looking at, and I would have understood that, and I would have been happy about that. But at this point, I feel like so many people are either anti-Ekin or anti-Curtis, and not necessarily pro the other person, but they're anti one of those people online. I don't think either of them are going to get the votes. And when it comes down to a public voting kind of thing, I think if they last, they could make it to like final 6, final 5. I don't see them going any further beyond that as of right now.
I need to see Casey get picked for a date, because
I need Casey and Gabby to get tested.
Because the only thing, I'm scared, because Casey gives, he could switch up, from one to the next, shiny new toy, he does. For him to do that to Gabby would be absolutely devastating, because I do think, and he's played this a couple times now. So
this is third time, so yeah.
So, you definitely, so, if you want to win, bro, lock in and don't
be stupid.
Don't do anything crazy, because Gabby doesn't deserve that wine. And to like, you guys do have something going on, but I need to see him get picked for a date, because I just don't trust how he's gonna be from the way he's talking to the guys when they go on their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Fair. Just see, please, bro, like please, like I don't know, it's scary. Poor Gabby. I just want her to be good.
Poor Gabby.
All right. I think honestly, I would have said Curtis and Ekin before all this happened too. I think Gabby and Casey are a good, but you know who is coming for their crown and coming very fast, and it's unnecessarily fast. It's going to be Elma and Sammy, because everybody likes Elma so much for some reason.
And Sammy's the winner.
And Sammy's is a winner.
Well, but Sammy should not have won, though.
But he is a winner. He came back. They have this connection outside. They're cute right now. And I think if they continue on this path, this trajectory that they're on, they can take Britain, UK's heart. And like, they will be that heart pick for Britain, for the UK. And it's like,
I feel like Sammy is so fake, yo. Like,
but they so cute though.
Like, even on his season, like, I was just like, ew, what? Like, that couple should not have, because it was that couple. Who was in the 4? It was Sammy and Jess.
We are not. This is the first season of Love Island UK that we've been like fully enveloped in. So yeah.
I remember watching that and being like, what the hell? How did he win? Like, it just didn't make sense. I was just like, what? Like, he dogged her out. He literally was every bombshell that came in, like, going for. She wasn't really talking to nobody. The one guy that came in and showed her attention, then he started like reassuring her, but not really. He would talk about her weight and how she's not really his type and all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
And through it. And then it was like the last 5 episodes or last week, basically, because they really 4 days a week or whatever. It was when he was like, you know what? No, actually, yeah, I am sure on Jess, and like turned up the romance or whatever. But it's just like I don't know, like that.
He's not trustworthy. We don't trust him.
And I don't like Elma either. I'm gonna say this about Elma.
Yes.
Watching her on this season, I don't think that she is like a nice person. I think that she's very overly emotional. Like, even for all that extra that she had for Ronnie, like, yes, Ronnie did something wrong or whatever, but it's like, girl, you reacted like if you know this man for months and y'all been together and he stepped out on you and all this stuff, and calling him a prick and doing all this stuff, and like, and even when Harriet came in, you still making it about you. Like, it's not about you no more. It's about Harriet. Like, stop. Like, he didn't owe you anything.
Nothing at all.
Like, you still there because of him, and he's still there because of you, vice versa. But it's like, I think you the way you handle stuff, and like getting into it with Kaz the way she did and stuff like that. I was just like, you lost a lot of respect for me, Alma. And I don't know, like, I know like the UK public likes that, like pick-meism or whatever. Always like girls that have had such a hard time or whatever, but it's like, you having a hard time sometimes because it's you.
It's you, babes. It's you.
Babes.
It's you. It's you.
Yes, Ronnie was giving us, I'm not that into you. He wasn't selling her a dream.
Nope.
I don't think he was.
Regardless, I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Absolutely, I can't wait. I am excited for the next episode to drop. I will be watching it the second it drops, because woo!
Curtis, get back together.
They get back together. I just feel it in my bones. But that's all we got, y'all. We talked about enough. We talked about everything that we could talk about. And if we forgot something, y'all know what to do. Tell us in the comments what we forgot, and we'll revisit it. We have no problem. B, thank you. Thank you.
This was so fun.
This is the greatest thing. We can't look. If you can come back, you're always welcome. Look, welcome to the Cup family. You only get one time to be a visitor. Next time you are fam. And so welcome to the fam. We'll be back next week to talk about episodes 18 and 19. We'll be back, and y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. If y'all appreciated these conversations that we had, hit the subscribe button. Comment below. Let us know what you think. do all the things to show that you support us, and we appreciate you. We're on our mission. We're trying to get 1,000 by the end of the year, so help us get there. Follow us on all of our other our other channels. All those links will be in the description below. Our audio podcast links will be in the description below, so follow us there if you need to listen to us on the go, as well as you can follow all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and Blue Sky. Join our Patreon. Do all the things. You see all the things tweeting below. Get out, support Logan, myself, and on our socials and all of that. Get your merch. LanaGsCreations.etsy.com. And we're gonna get out of here. So cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.